man, we can almost see the front of the tie line to see if it's on. But we can't. We can only see the side of it, as well as a flashlight and dice. I don't know why there are dice there.
Well, you never know when you're going to play dice in the dark.
She's still doing something.
That's good radio, boss.
Show that again, what's she doing?
You know what's a good show is the Big Vinny V Show.
Is it?
Or have you Poet Armenia 2025?
She might be tying her shoe or something.
Ed and San Antonio show.
Granny is furiously doing something. It's possible that we should sabotage the box every week.
No!
So that she can, get up and down, like Roddy Piper once said. No, I know. I'm calling you. Phone. I'm calling you. Oh, my God. How are you?
I'm exhausted. Oh, I want to tell Vinny I watched his show today.
Thank you, Granny. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was good.
Good. That sounded very sincere.
Stunning review. Well,
Anyway.
can we please make that into a commercial, Jared, for Vinny's show? Apple Podcast carries every podcast that we produce.
Oh, I want to tell Vinny I watched his show today.
Thank you, Granny. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was good.
Good.
So check it out, f4wonline.com/Apple. Try your free trial today. What is happening here? Yes, Granny?
I don't care if it's show or what. My computer went out and I can't fix it.
Okay. Jared, can you fix Granny's computer?
But he tried to get a pin.
I am Steve.
Brian, what are you doing?
Now my child is sending me a voice message.
Steel chicken jockey.
All right. Well, we are back here on the show. As noted on the YouTube chat, which is up back working again, it's Barrel On Through Day here on Observer Live.
Yeah. A little bit of information, Brian,
Yes.
for you and the listeners.
Yes, tell us about AMC Plus.
That's how I was going to talk about the subscription to Spice Network, but since you mention it, AMC Plus, $95.88 a year, a value of $7.99 a month, or if you want to go month to month, $9.99 or $6.99 are your options.
I think the bigger story is there's still a Spice Network. Is there actually?
I
That was going to be real big breaking news here today. All right, SmackDown tomorrow has, as was noted to me, 3 stages of heck, actually, for the WWE title. There is a straight wrestling match, a Falls Count Anywhere match,
so
and an
Effie will not
old
be,
school cage match.
Effie will not be involved in the first fall.
Man, that's literally what Drew asked for. A straight professional wrestling match. After he's been screwed countless times, he wants a straight match.
Hey, well, at least we know it's on the up and up. It's not a put-up job. William Muldoon and Toots Mont aren't in the back trying to, gimmick the finish here. We know it's a straight match. We're going to get a real finish.
Then we've got the 8-man tag, Wyatt's and the MFTs.
Yes.
Not looking forward to that.
What?
And Trick
Oh,
Williams
come on.
and Ray Phoenix.
But you know what? Don't look forward to it, Brian. Don't look forward to
Okay.
it. Because the last time you didn't look forward to a Wyatt's match,
No, I did.
it was awesome.
I looked forward to the match. I just expected it to be horrible. You don't think I look forward to every match involving the clowns? I can't think of a match I've ever not looked forward to involving the Psycho Circus. All right, a bunch of news notes here. Logan Paul claimed on his YouTube vlog that he has signed a long-term WWE contract, and he claims, and I think this is like the 3rd time that he's claimed this, he's now a full-timer. Yes, that's what he said. He's devoting all of his time and effort now to WWE. Didn't he say that this summer?
All of it.
I'm pretty sure he said all of this this summer.
24 hours a day.
He says, I want to
All
hit
of
it
his time and
hard in
effort.
2026. I want to become the best wrestler I can be. The best husband, father, and business partner. Let's go, baby. I'm excited. You know, it might have been that. So listen, you know, there was a thing the other day. It was actually on Monday where I was talking about somebody from WWE it was Tuesday. Somebody after Raw was in concussion protocol. And I literally like 6 times said, I don't know who it was. I'm not reporting this. I'm just speculating that it could have been. And then I went on. This was all over the internet. Bryan Alvarez reports CM Punk in concussion protocol. I was like, first off, of all the people. Second off, I mean, come on. So let me just say, I'm not reporting this, nerds. I don't know. It's speculation, okay? But I think that Logan Paul last year had a contract with X number of dates. And I think what happened was in like late November, they realized this guy's got like 6 matches left. So that's why he was wrestling if you remember, he was wrestling every single week on Raw for like the end of the year. So I think it was just catching up on dates that he owed them for 2025. But if you watched it, it was very clear that he's very talented and he's very athletic, but there is a huge difference between Logan Paul, who has several weeks to, prepare for a match and go over the match and blah, 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 and the Logan Paul who shows up the day of the show and has a new match every week for 5 weeks. He looked like a guy that probably should still be in developmental. So maybe that opened his eyes and he realized, you know what? I actually need to I need to get working here because I still got a ways to go. But he says he's a full-timer now, so we'll see. Yes?
Nah.
You took a deep breath. Say it. Don't be
Gonna
afraid.
say, he should use more of is his amateur wrestling skills.
He should.
He grew up as an amateur wrestler, and he should rely on that a little bit more instead of all the acrobatics. There we go.
Is that right? That's what you got out of that?
That's my advice.
WWE World Convention is returning for WrestleMania 42. Take place over 5 days, April 16th through April 20th. That is Thursday through Monday of WrestleMania weeks. Tickets are going on sale next week with WrestleMania 42 ticket holders and previous attendees getting pre-sale access. General public on sale will begin Friday, January 16th. So this is the former Access, etc. They're going to be having a new addition to WWE World this year, Hulkamania Forever Showcase, honoring the late Hulk Hogan. So that's the story.
Excuse me. What do you think is going to be in that exhibit?
Oh, come
on. Do you get
on.
to chug some real American beer?
They'll have some...
Do you get to drop some racist quotes?
Yeah,
It's a safe space.
Get to take a picture next to a wax statue of him, I'm sure. They'll have some of his boots and belts and big picture of him slamming Andre, all those legendary moments in front of those 93,173 fans at the Dome. Wow. Jay White still not medically cleared. He showed up at the Tokyo Dome, and physically he looked good. I mean, he didn't look like he had any issues walking, or I don't even know what the injury is. He had that foot injury, came back from that, got injured again, and I don't know what the injury was, but I have been told, and I don't know what it means, but like, he'll be back this year. Well, that's a long time. So, there was a hand injury and shoulder surgery. So that was March, however. So it's been a real long time. So hopefully everything gets worked out. And he did have a foot injury. So yes, that's true. So he's had multiple injuries, which I feel bad for that guy because wrestling is so weird in the sense that he doesn't work a dangerous style at all. He's just like a great worker. I mean, he's more an old school worker than a lot of guys.
Yeah, but he was wrestling that New Japan main event style. It's not like this guy hasn't been suplexed a million times.
Well,
dumped on
sure.
his head.
But I mean, if you look at...
He may not be taking serious acrobatic risks in many of his matches, but I mean, he goes at a hard pace.
He does, but let's look at a Darby Allin. You know, what does he have in terms of injuries?
I don't want to look at him.
Almost nothing. And then there's like
what? Brian, we can no longer say that. Darby Allin's in and out of the injured list.
Well, I'm talking about
now.
When's the last time he missed 6 months due to a surgery or something?
Well, I don't know. The guy took 6 months off to go climb a mountain.
He climbed
so
a mountain,
he was
exactly.
kind of injured then. He healed up, came back, got injured again.
He has had a lot of shorter term injuries.
Couldn't you have picked somebody else?
I'm talking broken bones, surgeries, etc.
Averno from CMLL. He doesn't get injured. Pick him.
Dude, pick John Moxley. That guy wrestles every week, like almost twice a week.
He looks like he can barely walk.
He does look like he can barely move, but golly, that guy's out there every week. He's a maniac.
I've been there. John Moxley's on his way to a hip replacement.
Oh,
for sure.
I'm
I would
sure.
Imagine.
He's going to probably have everything replaced by the time all is said and done. But anyway, he's not going to be back for a while. So all the best to Jay White. WWE did confirm, although I don't think this needed confirmation, that Obafemi has vacated the NXT title. Yeah. He's vacated the NXT title. And if you watch the show, oddly enough, what you saw on television actually was what everybody saw in the building.
Yeah, went dark.
Yeah, what they did was he was standing there posing like we saw on TV, and then they turned all the lights off to show the video on the big screen. And then when the video was almost over, they turned the lights on, and the belt is just sitting there in the middle of the ring, and the fans start screaming, and that's when they had what's-his-face rush in and
Robert Stone.
Yeah, Robert Stone tells Ava, you'll never guess what just happened.
Oh, my God. Did you see what happened?
Yep.
Of course not. She wasn't watching the main event of the show.
Nobody saw what happened. It was in the dark. So anyway, he's vacated the title, going to the main roster, going to get a huge push. Obviously, what everyone is expecting is that he's going to interfere in the Drew McIntyre match on SmackDown, because they had that Obafemi Cody match and Drew interfered.
Yes.
And then they have the 3 stages of Heck tomorrow. And very interesting that news dropped today that Obafemi is going to go to Raw. Now, I'm not saying that is fake news. I'm not saying it's not going to happen. Maybe it is. But I do find it very interesting that the day before everybody expects him to interfere in that match, word broke that he's going to go to the other brand. I think there's a decent chance that they're trying to swerve everybody, and he will interfere tomorrow. But we'll see.
You know what I would like to see happen, Brian?
What's that?
I don't think it will, but after Ethan Page's promo, I love this promo talking about defending that title, the North American title. We talked about it the other day. Just get rid of that NXT world title.
Yeah, we did talk about this.
And we can have the NXT International title as the top belt held by Ethan Page. And then that'll also be at the top of the wrestling SEO search engines, as they would love. Thank you.
Back at home for Dynamite. Observer Live. Just a quick note before this free video. If you click like and subscribe, I'd be very thankful. We all went to the AEW Wrestle Dream pay-per-view in the Tacoma Dome. What a dump.
They've remodeled in the last 5 years.
I don't want to watch a show in the Tacoma Dome. I'm over that part of my life.
So this is all about
I
you,
want
okay.
It is all about me. It's my show.
Yep.
Sick of these crappy dumps.
Rico. Yes. Rico Constantino.
Mm-hmm.
When Rico Constantino showed up on the screen, I almost fainted.
If you would have slapped me with a bass, I would have been less surprised.
A bass,
Yeah.
you say?
Excuse me?
You heard me.
Now, you mean the fish or like a bass, the instrument?
No, a bass.
Well, he would have said a bass if he meant a bass.
Shibata hooks a rear naked choke, and Shibata's shoulders were down, and the referee counted 3.
I don't care what happened in Florida in 1973.
That is an Eddie Graham babyface finish when he wanted to heel. to get a fluke win.
The crowd hated it.
Hated it.
You know, people are upset that Adam Cole's back as a babyface or whatever.
Why?
But, dude, he's been gone for a year. So they obviously want to do Adam Cole and MJF. MJF is a heel. So obviously Adam Cole is coming back as a babyface.
Yes. Will Ospreay, Takeshita, and Ricochet. My rating for this match was 1 zillion stars. I believe this may be my new favorite three-way ever. John Moxley versus Bryan Danielson.
You have
Not
to
a
say it in
fun
such a
match.
sad way.
Yes! It was sad. It was a sad match. That's it, before we even get to the post-match. The whole thing, start to finish, was sad. It was meant to bum you, the fans, out.
It worked.
It worked. It elicited emotions, which is what art is supposed to do.
It was very much like The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels when Undertaker retired him, and like that's exactly what happened, is everyone just slowly stood up and quietly, sadly walked out of the building that night.
There was one gentleman that was walking by us, and he was dripping in Bryan Danielson's merchandise. And he was wailing, and he cried, I forget my language, I can't believe they punked out my favorite wrestler like a bitch. And he was so
Wow.
upset.
And we go into that press conference. All I got to say about Don Callis is, man, I can't help but notice he's got a big mouth when he's got Takeshita right next to him, doesn't he?
That was a scintillating question. And I think maybe after that, we're finally, the Bryan and Vinny show might actually just be the Bryan show. That was producer Rob level stuff right there. Need to work on your game a little bit. Okay. Next.
Rob's so excited and happy now. He texted me today. So it looks like I'm feuding with Don Callis. Ha ha. That's what he texted me.
That's not the way I took it at all. I looked at his wiener, and now he's mad at me. Duh.
Tom has an update. Before we do that, guys, I can say hell on the radio. I'm saying 3 stages of heck because these are not hellish stipulations. A straight wrestling match? Why do I have to explain this? Tom, please.
Please what?
Go on. Your
Explain it or
update.
give-
Your update, for
Oh,
God's
well,
sake. I'm
I mean,
done.
the people have been waiting to find out, but apparently Spice TV is still around.
No, it's not.
Operating only in South Korea.
Only in South Korea? Wow.
Yes.
Interesting.
Those South Koreans, they love their Western culture, so
I'm glad you spent all that time during the break investigating that, Tom. Thank you.
well, I spent like 10 seconds investigating it and then about 2 minutes looking at evidence.
Hey, can we do this Dynamite report?
Yeah, go for it. I don't have any notes.
You have no notes?
This isn't my beat.
Well, I know, but I mean, we talked about this yesterday, so I thought you'd do it. But
What?
I can do it.
11 at night?
I can do it. It was earlier than that. I think it was in the afternoon, wasn't it?
The show doesn't air until nighttime. So
What are you talking about? No, I
Probably not.
asked you in the afternoon, geek.
No, that's not true.
Really?
Don't make me go do this. Well, we had AEW Dynamite. I couldn't tell you the order in which the matches happened, but I remember most of them going down. I think did it start with Shelton Benjamin and John Moxley?
I did ask you at 8:16 p.m. It was too late. All right, well, the show opened up, everybody. It was a pretty good edition of Dynamite. I liked it. Jim Ross was introduced to the hometown crowd, did the entire show, and I thought you did a good job. We had a pre-tape except for there was one exception that I got to bring up later, which was an exception, but he was my spirit animal. So we had a pre-tape where Renee alerted us that Jet Speed had been beaten up and couldn't compete, and Don Callis, Ricochet, Gates of Agony showed up, and it was revealed that Jake Doyle
rules,
the former Jake something, and Mark Davis beat them up, and they're now apparently a tag team.
Yeah. I one time shared a room with this Jake Doyle, and I didn't know who I was rooming with. You know, a lot of times you end up at a wrestling show, you check in. I didn't know who was in there. There's just some luggage. I go in the bathroom. There was like a full live Ewok in the tub because apparently he had taken a shower and then left the room. Holy crap.
Hairy guy?
ungodly,
It's actually incredible how much him and Mark Davis look alike.
right? Well, kind of.
Well, not physique-wise, but everything else.
Yeah. One looks like
He's calling you now. Is he listening? And he's like, I can't believe Tom revealed that information.
one looks like the gym class superstar, and one looks like the gym class teacher.
Wow. We had John Moxley and Shelton Benjamin in an eliminator match. So, as a match, I thought the match was really great. But this is one of the things, it's not even AEW, but AEW seems to be the one that irritates me the most. Everybody always has to make everything more complicated than it needs to be. The rules of these eliminator matches are now, it's a 20-minute time limit. If you can't beat the champion in 20 minutes, you're rewarded with a title match with a 20-minute time limit. This doesn't make any sense, okay?
Well, you say that, Brian, but I read a lot of wrestling history, and there are so many matches that are similar to this where it's like a guy has to throw a guy 5 times in an hour.
It's not
otherwise he loses.
1874, dude. It's frickin' 2025. So anyway, the rules are, if it goes to a draw...
Read a book.
If it goes to a draw... I've read Carl's book twice. If it goes to a draw... The non-champion gets a title match, okay?
Hold on. How did you read his book twice? That book's like 800 pages.
I got a lot of spare time.
Oh, my Lord.
So anyway, number one, would you shut up? So, it's a 20-minute time limit. If you go 20 minutes and can't beat the champion, you're rewarded with a championship match. However, if you're both outside the ring and you both get counted out, which is also a draw, you don't get a rematch for the title. So they tease it's going to go to the time limit.
It's 2026.
And then with 5 seconds left, Moxley stacks him out of a triangle and pins him. The best part of this match was actually MVP, who is, in fact, a black belt in jiu-jitsu. He sees Shelton Benjamin put on a triangle and get stacked and pinned. And on the outside... You've never seen a man so depressed. This is the coach of a guy who's like, his dude went to the finals in Abu Dhabi and got beat with some stupid move. His head is in his hands. He's shaking his head. I thought he was just going to quit the business.
Well,
he was so sad.
He was on commentary talking about how they worked on that triangle choke. He locked it up, and then that's what led to his downfall. So, as a coach, you should be distraught.
We had Kenny Omega announced as returning next week. We had Ricochet in the Gates of Agony versus Jack Perry and the returning Young Bucks. Bucks are total baby faces. They got their entrance back. They got the pyro. They got the whole shebang. Total old school AEW party match. And at the end, they all triple teamed Ricochet. And Jack Perry pinned him. And we'll be getting, I'm sure, a championship match. But then they had Davis and Doyle hitting the ring to destroy the baby faces. And Jet Speed ran down with hockey sticks to make the save. And then the lights go out and they come back on. Do you remember that angle they did years ago in TNA, which I think they've actually done a few times, where there's a guy in the crowd with a Sting mask on?
Yes.
And then he punches somebody and then he takes off the Sting mask and it's Sting?
Yes.
Well, we have the lights go out and the lights come back on. And there's a guy in Andrade Idolo's outfit and mask. And then he takes the mask off, and it is Andrade. Okay. So he's back. He's free. And the Don Callis family now has, by my count, 259 members. It's crazy.
Good to see the Young Bucks are quickly recovered.
They sure are.
Just a week ago, they were not cleared
They
for the rest of 2025.
Time off over Christmas. And then the FTR came out and stared down everybody, and they noted that FTR and Andrade used to be longtime tag partners.
Yeah, I was like, huh?
I have no memory of this whatsoever. But at least they reminded us that apparently it happened.
Yeah, but they just went out there and like looked at him, like they gave him a stern look, and Andrade was like, "Oh yeah, I remember these guys." It was so bizarre.
This person here goes, the Callis family should start... Well, no. Wonder if Brian and Tom would ever join the Don Callis family. Honestly, I think that if you got a printout of who's in the Don Callis family, I think there's a decent chance Chop and Roll Express would be on there somehow.
I'm actually in Voodoo Murders.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And ROND.
Willow
Last
came out.
member.
Willow came out for a victory celebration. I didn't think her promo was very good. And then she called out Mercedes. And Mercedes came out, and she was wearing a morning outfit, but it was white and not black. And then she got in the ring, and Willow starts cutting this promo on her. And there's a cake in the ring, and Willow asks her to eat cake with him. And so Mercedes starts tearing apart this table in a fury. And, like, she doesn't make a big deal out of it. Statlander just very calmly picks up the cake, and she takes it off the table. Nobody wants the cake to be destroyed. And then Mercedes goes after Willow, but she misses, and her face goes into the cake. And then, with her face in the cake, all the baby faces, like, triple team her 3-on-1 and powerbomb her onto the cake. And I was like, man, that was rude. Not very nice. And for some reason, they turned the lights off, and then, like, they just kept them off through this entire segment. And it was unwatchable. I think it was a lighting issue, but it was irritating. It happened later, too, which I'll talk about why that was even more irritating. So then, Mark Briscoe has his match with Etchy Sarah They hyped that up. We had a Triangle of Madness promo.
Hold on. You're going to gloss over Mark Briscoe doing the Hechicero alchemy taunt?
Yeah, he did. This guy's great. We had a Triangle of Madness promo, and thank God Tekla was there. Then we had Bandito and Sammy Guevara, which was a good match. You can stop already. The camera's not even on you. Had a good match. And went back and forth. And then finally, Sammy hit the back suplex into the DDT. Bandito kicked out. Bandito flipped him over into a big knee. 21 plex. Would you stop it? And got the pin. It was a good match. Then we had MJF come down to the ring with John Cruz. And he's in there to hype up the match with Bandito. And John Cruz does a translation of everything that he said. So this segment went twice as long as it needed to. MJF talks, John Cruz translates. MJF talks, John Cruz translates. And finally, at the end, Bandito just grabs the mic and he goes, "I can speak English!" And MJF kicks him low. He steals the ring back, but he goes to clobber him, accidentally hits Cruz, took a great bump. Bandito kicks MJF low, takes the ring back, and then hits both guys with the 21 plex. So, fun little angle to, like, the heel got his. And I would say that I think we know how the match is going to go next week now, but I think we all knew who the match was going to go before this segment even took place. But I enjoyed it. We had Tony Storm and Marina. This was not good. Match wasn't good. And then Tony hits a big package after selling the entire match. She doesn't even get a comeback. She hits one big package. Wheeler pulls the referee out of the ring, which happens on every single show everywhere.
Don't.
But today,
started.
It's a disqualification.
Yeah, you know who the ref was? You know who the ref was who decided this was a DQ? He decided Wheeler Yuta pulling his foot, not touching any of the people in the ring, not using a foreign object. You know what ref decided this was enough? Paul Turner, the man who stared at Kazuchika Okada as he attacked Takeshita with a screwdriver and stabbed him in the freaking face. He let that go. He was more concerned with checking to see if the ropes were wet. But here, Wheeler Yuta trying to tie the guy's shoe. He DQs him. What is Paul Turner doing?
Maybe the sickos will tell you it's long-term booking, Tom. Just wait and see. Had a Pac promo.
He's like the Torontis of AEW.
Pac told Darby he wasn't getting his match, so Darby threatened to break his leg, and Pac gave it to him, so that match is coming up. This Darby came off as a total criminal. Then we had the Lights Out match.
At least he's not injured.
Swerve and Hangman, he wasn't actually, versus Hobbs and Hook. And so this is what irritated me. So earlier, like, everyone's saying it must have been a lighting issue. Like, you turn the lights off, it takes forever for them to come back on. That's what happened during the Willow segment. Okay, fine. If that's the case, why in God's name did you turn the lights off again here? Because it took 5 minutes for them to come back on. And these guys worked the first 5 minutes or so of this match. It's darkness. You can't see a thing. I'm like, oh my God, they better turn these frickin' lights back on in this lights out match. And they finally did, by the grace of God. And so they do this match. And, the one thing I'll say about AEW is they deliver. They had cinder blocks. They had, all of this. I mean, there was a spot where, Hangman Page gave Hobbs the Deadeye onto these cinder blocks. Looked like he freaking killed the guy.
With
and it
the
looked like he
stomp.
destroyed both of his knees.
Yeah, it was a swerve stomp with the Deadeye.
So they keep going back and forth. And finally...
Right? Hold on. He gave him a swerve stomp and a Deadeye on top of the cinder blocks.
Yeah.
And then they went back and forth.
And they kept going. And finally, JR, at the top of his lungs, just goes, "Get it over with!" As we're 16 minutes into the overrun. And finally, Buckshot, and they hung Hook,
me?
and he gave up. And that was that. Back in a moment with more Observer Live. Just a quick note before this free video. If you click like and subscribe, I'd be very thankful. Well, we reviewed SmackDown yesterday, Tom, and you don't even get SmackDown. You're very, just, you know how you are.
Fine. Whatever. I don't care. Whatever. That's your impression of me?
Yeah, that's my impression of you.
Wow.
So what are we, at least, I hope you at least watch a SmackDown main event.
I watched the entire show. of
Okay, because there's a
SmackDown.
lot of people that still like your review, Tom.
I went on the board and I saw 2 people.
Yeah, do you go on, you go on Twitter?
Yeah, I do go on Twitter.
You read my emails?
I do go on
The
Twitter.
text messages? I mean,
Do you go on Twitter? Because if you do,
unfortunately, yes.
you would have seen one of the greatest moments in world history.
In
take
world
place.
history, really.
World history. Frank Tate walked away the victor of the fight, but he walked away an even bigger winner when it comes to life. This man completed what I would say is the best high five, the best dap up in the history of the galaxy. This man had his dog. And when I say dog,
Barely a dog.
I mean DOG and DAWG. This was a dog, baby. The dog was so proud. You can see just the elation in that dog's face. He threw that paw up. He let it hang for a few moments, and then he brought
Tom's
it down
not even
for the dap.
Tom's not even doing this justice. Everyone has seen a dog,
Listen.
like you put your hand out and the dog puts his paw up to shake hands. This freaking dog goes, "Ah, hapa!" I'm like, what? That was more than a high five. I don't even know what you would even term that. He dunked. He dunked that man.
30 million views on this clip. And that is about 1/10 of what it should have. So if you haven't seen it, you deserve it. Treat yourself. Go to my Twitter. Watch Frank Tate high five his dog.
No, he did not high five his dog.
The dog high
His
fived
dog
him.
high fived him. Yes. He just wanted just boom. And this dog was like, no way, brother. You knock that man out. I'm going to give you a big time dunking high five from way up high. You go high five, up high, down low, too slow. This was an up high. Guy should have pulled his hand away.
It's the best thing you've ever seen.
Man, too slow, Joe. Yeah, it was pretty good. Not going to lie. I liked it. Well, sometimes we just don't have time on this show, which is why we have a members area and an 84 podcasts a month. Dave and I are going to be up in about a half hour for subscribers, and we will be covering AEW, NXT, and all of the news. And then the big show always, as far as covering the shows, is Bryan and Vinny on Thursday night because we do AW and NXT, and we spend 90 minutes, 45 minutes per show. And there's a lot, especially on NXT, to talk about. Man, Vinny was so depressed watching that retro TNA show on Tuesday, but man, that show was miles better than that NXT show. So that'll be tonight for subscribers. And you can sign up at WrestlingObserver.com, where you get all of the shows. Every show we've ever done dating back to 2005, the Wrestling Observer newsletter, Wrestling Observer newsletter archives dating back to 1991, and the board. Or if you just want the podcast, both YouTube and Spotify, video.f4wonline.com and f4wonline.com/Spotify. You get the video and the audio and video on those two. And if you just want the audio, Apple Podcasts, if you got an Apple device, Apple Podcasts as well. And Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Podcasts, all just $9.99 a month. So if you do the math there, $9.99. I can't do math because my calculator doesn't work, and I need one. Divided by 84 shows, that's 11 cents a show. What are you all waiting for? Don't be poors. Anything else? Anything else, Tom?
No, and even if you are poor, I still love you if Bryan doesn't.
I do love them. Just want to guilt those YouTube members. I fixed that for you today, guys. I fixed it for you. Well,
Yeah.
me and Suncast.
Yep.
And Tom.
Yeah, thank you. There we go.
So you owe us. We'll talk to you next time. Wrestling Observer Live.